For the latest top tips, reviews and advice, please subscribe below.
Hello and welcome to Attwoolls Outdoors with me, Mike. Today I'm giving you a review video on a very exciting tent from Vango. So with me here today I've got the Vango Instant Classic 300. So again, design looks that kind of classical look, and it's designed that it's quick, easy to pitch. Hence kind of the classic part of the name. So it's a really cool little tent, perfect sort of festival weekends or scouts. And one of the unique things actually kind of it pops in and pops out. So very quick to pitch. You can see from our own little tutorial video that we've done on this model how quick, simple it really is. Sits really nicely, love the colours, available in 3 different colours as well. And kind of actually will show you a look what the 3 colour options look like. So it's a really nice choice there, and it's also worth mentioning doing an inflatable version of it. For me, in comparison to say this sort of pop-up one, which runs off sort of a fiberglass pole frame, I prefer this one probably to the Air. It looks smarter, looks nicer, easier, and from a price point of view, I think really it's better value for money. Really, as you kind of suggest, the name Classic, it's based on kind of Vango's sort of classic kind of Force 10 tents. Nowhere near the price, of course, nowhere near the specification, but the whole design of it I think works well, and generally I could see a load of these on the campsites for a scouts or whatever, or even at a festival. The idea behind it is that there's no poles really to feed into it. You've got hubs that literally just pull directly out, similar to sort of windbreaks and sort of gazebos on the market, so it's very easy to pitch. What you have also is kind of an inner bedroom which then pops up, and then you put the fly sheet directly over the top of it, so you can pretty much have that kind of pure amount of ventilation if you wanted to, or of course have your sort of weather tight shield. It uses kind of Vango's Protex fabric, so it's a nice sort of 70D material, about 3000mm height to the head, so it's a good sort of level of spec, especially if you're kind of more orientated at the festival market, without all of the problems of getting it back in the bag. And that's probably one of the things I would say with those pop tents traditionally, is they're an absolute nightmare to get them back in the bag. Easy to get up, but terrible to go away. But even with this, you've still got some good level of features and specifications. So ventilation points beneath on either side help also give good circulation of the air. We've got the front has a sort of a ground sheet area. In fact, actually, that's the bag. So because it's the instant frame, that's the bag it does come in. So it is obviously around about sort of 125 tall. So it's a decent sort of length, and it just sort of collapses into that like an umbrella. Minimum of pegging points located around it, and you've obviously got a front door, and it's the same on both sides. So you can pretty much pick and choose where your entrance is. So if it's windy, it's raining, you don't have to always go through the same part, or you can use one as kind of a storage section. So as we kind of pop ourselves in, doors can be rolled back quite nice and neatly. Alternatively, what you can do is undo the pegging point and take it all the way back like so. So then you do have a completely open front. The ground sheet itself is actually integral to the part of the inner bedroom. But what you can do is just take that off, slide it underneath, back under itself, and that way you can pick and choose whether you want this sort of front section sort of ground sheeted for storing kit, or of course fully open. And again, even if you kind of want a bit of a sheltered area sort of for cooking underneath, I think that works really quite nice. Again, your entrances in both sections into both ends, a little bit of a mesh vent located at the top here to help with airflow. And when you can open up, that's one thing I think is quite, from a spacious point of view, it works really quite nicely. Oops, daisy, there we go. You can, there's additional 2 poles you do actually prop it inside of it, just to give additional strength. So they look like something like that. Just insert them. There's a little kind of little pockets down the bottom, down there, and then fix in top. So that kind of keeps it really nice and tidy. And then there's little Velcros points just to keep that pole in place under tension. And you have one for each side, so one for one section here, and another one for the other section. So again, that works really quite nicely as well. But for me, it's the head height in here, even sort of sitting up in here, it works really nicely. And actually, I will show you kind of the hub section. So, try and do that as well. So you've got kind of a hub point here. You could, in theory, actually pack this down with a fly sheet in, but you would do the inner at first, traditionally. So you can see that's the hub part as well. These are the anchor points. You can basically pull those and pop that out. So it kind of pops in like so, and pops back out. And then you have the ability to kind of give it a little bit of tension there, just to kind of stiffen that joint, to make it a bit more structurally strong. And then when you come through to it, all you do is basically feed that directly through, loop it round, and then peg it down. So again, very simplistic way, and like I said, you can check out our own pitching video on how that is. But having airflow in the events in there is a big bonus, certainly because it goes, when you've got sort of 3 people in there, that works really nicely. It's worth, the instant version is actually a little bit wider than the normal version, so I think it's about 230 width, so I wouldn't call this actually a true 3-person tent, whereas I think, actually it's more like an oversized 3-person tent, whereas I think the air version is a little bit smaller all round. But let's actually bring the camera out and actually go inside it, just to get a bit more of a better feel for this kind of iconic design. So, just in time for a bit of rain. So again, looks really nice. I think I just love the way it pitches and looks. So much cleaner than you think if you look at kind of the air version. Just, I think it sits really nicely. Again, like I said, you don't have to choose this typical very Vango orange, but it's quite a nice little option. And when we come inside of it, you can see kind of the hub points. So even in here, about 2 meters 10 long, you've got enough room. Thank you, actually, for demonstrating this for me. Loads of room for one happy dog. And obviously the mesh points on either side. And then you can use, like I said, that area at the back there for a bit of storage section, if kind of you really kind of wanted to. So again, that's quite a nice little alternative. But I think, again, for a price point of view, works really well. Plenty of room, not necessarily cost enough. But I just, again, love the design, love the kind of throwback feel to it. I think everything about it just screams, yeah, like proper old school camping, really, but with the quick and ease in this fabric and not necessarily going to cost the earth. So all in all, I think it's been a real popular one we're going to do. Certainly one we'll pitch our indoor display showrooms. You can come and check that out as well if you want to see that in the flesh. But all in all, that's our kind of video review on the very new, exciting Vango Instant Classic 300. In obviously the 3 colours with the print, the orange, and I think also the deep blue as well. So hopefully we'll see you again next time. Let us know what you think, of course, of this as well in the link in below in the comments box. It's always great to have good or bad feedback or whatever from you guys. But for me, I don't know, I just love everything about it, really. Yeah, as you can probably tell. So thanks for watching. Hopefully we'll see you again soon. Take care.